We begin the tribute to John Candy with the film Stripes that came out in 1981. Proof that his film career was on the rise. And even though he wasn't the star of this movie, he is the star of the most memorable scene in the movie. We will get to that in a moment. Stripes was initially intended to be a Cheech and Chong movie, but after that didn't work out, director Ivan Reitman approached Bill Murray to star as the lead. And Dennis Quaid was cast as Murray's friend in the film Russell, but Murray insisted on Harold Ramis for the role because he felt Ramis would fit this character better, and so Dennis Quaid was out and Harold Ramis was in. The film is about John Winger, played by Bill Murray, a cab driver who seems to have no direction in his life, and in one day he has the worst luck of all. He loses his job. Well, he quit his job. Loses his car, his girlfriend, and his apartment. Boy, this guy, you figure this guy really has no luck at all. His only good thing in his life that day is his friend Russell, played by Harold Ramis. So, Winger decides to join the army, hoping to find some meaning in his life, and asks his friend Russell to join him. And during that time, he has to deal with Sergeant Hulka, played by Warren Oates, a tough drill instructor who really doesn't take anything from Winger's immaturity. And on the other hand, this movie has also Commander Stillman, played by John LaRoquette, who is assigned to an EM-50 project. EM-50 is this urban assault vehicle disguised as a vacation thing, when in actuality it's has all these cool gadgets in it that would probably make James Bond blush. Okay, that's about all I'm going to tell you. I think Bill Murray and Harold Ramis proved they had real good chemistry in this film. Ramis, who directed Murray a year earlier in Caddyshack. And the two later went on to star in the two Ghostbuster films, and I heard the two had a bad falling out during the filming of Groundhog Day. But they later made up before Harold Ramis' passing. But they both were good, and I'm kind of glad Dennis Quaid didn't play the role of Russell, because I don't know if he could have brought the nerdy charm that Ramis brought to it. Ramis just made that character. And John Candy, who plays Dewey Ox, I mean, there is a scene where he mud wrestles several women. John said it took over a week to film that scene. And some viewers said John felt degraded in the scene, but he never displayed that he was degraded. Or maybe he didn't want people to know that that he was feeling that it was a humiliating moment for him, or all that. John Candy was good. He really gets a chance to shine, and even though Bill Murray and Harold Ramis were the stars, everybody gets a chance to shine. They don't totally steal the spotlight for themselves. Judge Reinhold was good. You probably know he later went on to find success on Fast Times at Ridgemont High and the Beverly Hills Cop series, and also the Santa Claus series. I gotta say, Warren Oates, the late great, who sadly died a year or two later, was good as Sergeant Hulka, the tough drill instructor, but you can really see he really wants them to succeed. He tries to be tough but fair in some parts. He really wants these men to do well. He doesn't show it, but he's tough, but he doesn't go too overboard like Full Metal Jacket drill instructor would. Stripes was a good movie. It's probably John Candy had movie star material. His career was just on the rise. So I give Stripes a 9 out of 10. Bye-bye.